Hey guys, this is Sushil here from Sushil's Thrill. Welcome to this second video. In this video, we are going to talk about the overall plan, which is going to help us to achieve that goal. And that's going to be a 6-step plan. And then I'm going to elaborate on the diet element of this. Okay, so the first step is set your calories and your macros. Second step is to set your carbs, the carb cycling plan, so that's the second step. The third step is to match your cardio with your carbs. Fourth step is the weights, which will be helping us in terms of metabolism and also the sculpting or putting mass, if you like. Fifth one is the abs workout. So we're going to include abs workout in our main workout as well. And then the last one is the supplements. So these are the 6 steps that we are going to follow. In terms of the diet, I think the first 2 can be combined together, which is count your calories and your carbs, or rather set your calories and the carbs. And second is get your carb cycling plan ready. Okay, so let's focus on these 2, which constitute the diet element. Okay, so I'm going to share a spreadsheet which I have developed based upon references from other websites and other books, which I thought is helpful for me. I'm going to share it with you. Hopefully you would like it as well. And if you want to share it, feel free. There is no copyrights whatsoever. This is all open knowledge. And if you all achieve together, I think I'll be more than happy for that. Okay, so I'm going to take you through that spreadsheet as to what that it is. But before that, excuse me, I'm going to share you about a brief about what that diet is and the carb cycling plan. So carb cycling plan, if you go to bodybuilding.com and they have got the calorie counter, which I think I'll show you as well. In that, you put in your height, your weight, your goal in terms of whether fat reduction, in your lifestyle, whether it's sedentary or you're working out, or your job is working or sitting down or whatever. So once these 4 parameters or 5 parameters you have filled in, it will break the macros for you. So what are the macros? So macros are the basic building blocks of our body, right? So what are those? PCF, PCF is protein, carbohydrates and fats. So these are the 3 macros. We are going to look into that, and I'm going to not follow the calorie way of doing it. I'm going to follow the grams way of going to it. Like how many grams of each macro you need to include in your meal. Okay, so I'm going to follow that approach, and that calculator will give you a split of proteins, carbohydrates and fats, and based upon your body stats, it will give you how many grams you should be consuming in a day to match your goal. Okay, so that gives weightage to high protein, medium carb and okay kind of fat. Okay, so that's the medium carb calculations you're going to get. So that's the medium part sorted, and then there will be low carbs. So low carbs, you just divide the number of carbs into half when it comes to the low cycle. Okay, so if it is, let's say, 180 grams of carbs during medium, it will be 90 grams of carbs, and rest of the stuff remains the same. Okay, so that's how it is. And the carb cycling plan, as it says, is you have to cycle these amounts of carbs. So it will be 3-2-3-2 cycle. So 3 days of low carbs, 2 days of medium carbs, followed by again 3 days of low carbs and 2 days of medium carbs, and so on, right? So we do this for the 90 days, probably one cycle of 3 and 2, which is 5 days. We will do maybe 17 times until 15th of June. So this is the diet plan that we are going to share. I'm going to share with you. There's a lot of flexibility there. So depending upon what you can get on your side, you can buy. I'll also share some very important, a very good actually, a detailed brief, not detailed brief, but in a full detailed breakup of the macronutrients for almost everything that you can find on this planet. So that's a very good compilation, which I'm going to share that in the spreadsheet. So you can quickly see, okay, avocado, how many proteins, how many carbohydrates, how much fats, or let's say whatever, broccoli, white egg, chicken, steak, whatever you want to have. You just enter that and it'll give you the complete proper breakage of PCF, right, for you. So that will help you in terms of your calculations. I have put in the formula as well. If you just want to change that, it'll give you the totals as well. So that should be fine. Okay, so these are the macronutrients, right? So macronutrients are just the building blocks, but then you just don't put the blocks and the building is done, right? There are something that will need to glue those blocks, like whether it's a stone building or a wall brick building, right? There'll be something like cement, mud, water. All these things will eventually make that building strong and sustainable, right? So in our case as well, it's exactly the same thing. Along with macronutrients, we need micronutrients as well. They're equally important. So what are the micronutrients? So micronutrients are the minerals, the vitamins, the fiber, the antioxidants, and so on. So all these are equally important. So when you're focusing on the macro, also look into the micro as well, and that's why you need to mix up your whole diet plan in such a way that you get a combined mix of everything, right? So that's a macro and a micro kind of a thing. And also try to vary. I know it's easy to have just chicken and protein powder and you're sorted. The more amount of variety you have in terms of your daily diet, like seafood, animal protein. Within animal you can have a red meat, white meat, eggs, plant based protein, lentils, milk based, so all of that, if you mix it, because each element or each food item has different ingredients in addition to just the PCF. They have the branch chain amino acid, whether they'll have lots of fiber, whether they'll have slow releasing protein like cottage cheese. If you eat cottage cheese in the night, the protein will be released throughout the night, which will help to build the muscles. So all of these characteristics you need to take into consideration while building your diet plan. Okay, I know it may be initially pretty time consuming. I hope that I have simplified it for you. So based upon that, you can form your own diet plan and then follow that. At this point of time, I was able to do only the first week diet plan. I'm soon going out on the shopping. I think I'll be able to take you there as well. And then I'm going to do the shopping as well. And I'm going to share that what I have shopped for you. The plan is that I'm going to cook it maybe tomorrow or for Saturday, and then probably cook it for 5 days until the next weekend, and then just use that regularly. So I'll see how it goes in the first week, and then based upon that, I'll improvise or rather change the whole thing in the second week. In terms of instead of pork, I'll have something else or whatever. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, you'll be able to follow that as well. So good luck. Now I'm going to share the spreadsheet with you.
Hi guys, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to share the spreadsheet with you. So this is my overall plan, which is the activity plus the workout plus the meals. Probably you can say meal deal. I'll be getting up at 4:30 a.m. That's my plan, and the gym will be between 5 a.m. to half past 6 a.m. So there'll be pre-workout drink and then there'll be post-workout drink. So I've categorized those as meal one and meal two. Followed by breakfast, three meals, and then a meal just before sleep. So you can see that the whole macro calories that I mentioned to you into 7 different meals. So as I mentioned to you, go to bodybuilding.com website and put in your vital stats, and then you'll be able to get your macros. So the macros that I got for on that website is this. So this is the spreadsheet I was talking about in terms of my diet planner. So these are the target macros: protein 167, fat 37 grams, and carbohydrates 167 grams. So this is basically a split of 40% protein, 40% carbs, and then 20% fat. So this is for the medium carb cycle, and then for the low carb cycle, you just divide the carbs into half, keeping the rest of the nutrients same. So basically, we're talking about 167 gram protein, and then you just divide the carbs into half, which is 83 grams. So let's go through the medium carb. in this spreadsheet, in this column D, I have put in the amounts or the quantities of the various food items, and then the actual food item, and then the split of that food into PFC, protein, fats, and carbs over here. So let's take one example, which is the Pinehead steel cut oats cooked. If you take a cup of that, that will give you a split of 6 gram protein, 2 grams fat, and then 25 grams of carbs. Now you might be wondering, where did I get these figures from? As I mentioned to you, I have compiled this list of all the foods that you can get on this planet probably, and they have nicely split into the contents, the macros, which is protein, fat, and carbs. So if you just search on oats, you can see that 234 grams of oats will give you 6, 2, and 25, which I've used in my calculation over here, 6, 2, and 25. So similarly, for anything that you want, you can search, and then you can put those values in here. So these are the contents of my meals.
All right, guys, so now you have seen the spreadsheet. I have taken you through all the details about PCF and the way you want to fill in the data and the amount of grams of macros that you need to eat and all that. Plus, I have also shared you the full detailed dictionary of the food items in terms of the PCF content. Yeah, so hopefully this is useful for you, and if you're really using it, or if you're really following it, and if you really need it, do PM me or do write a comment and give me your email ID, and then I can get in touch with you. All right, so that is the diet plan for us guys sorted. If anything changes, I'll let you know, but till that time, hope you also get your diet plan ready and be ready for the next video, which will be the actual workout or probably the shopping. I don't know, whichever comes first. I'll probably take you to the shopping, or I'll share the workout video with you. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you soon. Be limitless.